Hey guys, what's up? It's Diego, and today I'm back, and I don't know how to act. What I got is what you lack. You give it up and I give it up and you hold back. Today I'm going to be talking about how to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. And this has been a really important topic for me and in my opinion, because I notice a lot of people never want to leave their comfort zones, and that makes total sense to me and to anybody else, because we're humans. Our brains are literally hardwired through development and what's it called, history. Our brains have developed throughout time to seek comfort and to survive, to find out what are we going to eat. We need shelter, we need food, and being uncomfortable is not that, it just goes against our intuition maybe at times, or it goes against the way that we've been hardwired our whole lives and throughout history to be as humans, because we really are just animals trying to survive. But that's not necessarily the case in terms of the world that we live in nowadays, or even in all time in modern society. Since the early beginnings of modern society, it's not really the way, and as we've continued to progress, it's not the way that we necessarily have to live anymore. So what I wanted to talk about today is being comfortable with being uncomfortable. Now, if anybody knows, maybe going up to your crush, talking to the person that you like, do you remember being scared? Going into a job interview for a job that you've always wanted, doing something for the first time that you've always wanted to do, but you felt so terrified and so uncomfortable in the moment. But after you do it, you feel incredibly amazing because you've accomplished something and you've gotten comfortable with being uncomfortable. And I see a lot of people who aren't comfortable with just letting go of themselves and their ego and their inhibitions and truly living life and truly living a fuller life. But there's so many more benefits with being uncomfortable. There's so many people that, live life and they don't want to leave their comfort zones. They don't want to, do too much or be seen or be, because they're not comfortable with it. And I get it. It's totally normal and it's totally fine. But when you do that, you might be robbing yourself the privilege of having a new opportunity and making a difference in other people's lives and impacting other people, and also living the fullest life that you deserve to live. You all deserve a really good life, and you deserve to have all the things that you've wanted. But I don't get why some people might be so full of inhibitions and afraid to let go and to be seen and to be heard and to take up space, but it's understandable because our brains aren't wired to take up space, aren't wired to be perceived, aren't wired to be seen. But once you do that uncomfortable thing, I'm thinking back to things that I've done, like flying on a plane for one, going up to my crush, going up to somebody on the subway that I thought seemed cool and talking to them, flying out, moving somewhere and starting a new life. It's all scary, uncomfortable things, but you get so much out of it. There's so much greatness and so much life in taking not only not just taking risk, but really just doing things that you're afraid to do. Doing things that might be scary, but learning something by doing it. But if you never do it, you're always in that comfort zone, and you're not really moving forward and propelling yourself forward in this life into new experiences, into positive beginnings, into positive experiences, into building relationships, into taking up space and impacting people's lives in the way that other people might need you to impact their life. Everybody out there has something that they can contribute. Everyone out there has something to contribute to this world. And being seen may be extremely uncomfortable for a lot of people. Personally, me, I was that person who, although I'm not shy in a lot of different ways, I'm that sort of person who sometimes when they would present in school or whatnot, if I would like was in a room full of people I didn't know, my voice would shake. Like I would literally shake. It'd be super uncomfortable, but I did it. I like public speaking. I mean, but I did it anyways. And although it was scary, it was something that, it was literally just me using my body to communicate. That's all it was at the end of the day. So my emotions were super irrelevant because people needed me and people needed that sort of information that I had to say. People needed that message, or maybe somebody just needed to see me going up and taking that risk and being shy and not being so comfortable with public speaking, but still doing it and still living the life that I wanted to live, or still making choices to be uncomfortable. And I still meet people all the time. Like I meet people who do things that I would never even like dare to do because of my own sort of discomforts. And I would see them do it so comfortably, and I know that they might see me do something and be like, dang, like I wish I could do that as well, or have the boldness to do that. But when you do things that make you uncomfortable, it's so beautiful, you guys. It just becomes so beautiful to accept and embrace being uncomfortable and doing things that may seem scary, because on the other side, life goes on. Life will continue on, and nobody, actually cares about, what you actually, it doesn't actually matter. People just think it, or they might see it for a moment, and then the mind is just on to the next thing. So it doesn't necessarily matter. Like me uploading this video right now, like for some people that might seem scary, but I know that somebody's just gonna watch this, see it, maybe get some information from it, maybe get some inspiration from it, hopefully, and then forget about it. So it doesn't actually matter, and it doesn't actually mean anything, because our minds and everything are always on to the next thing. So it's really up to us to live the fullest life, or live, as full of a life as we can by doing things that make us uncomfortable. And this also ties into limited beliefs about yourself and what you're capable of. Because to tell you guys the truth, I see a world out there of people just trying, no matter what position you are in life, even up to a position, like a high position, like maybe the President of the United States. That President of the United States is literally just a person who dared, a person who worked and dared to be in that position. They're still a human with emotions, feelings, who, feels things and might be scared, nervous, experiences the full range of human emotions. So that is really what makes a big difference, and what is the difference between somebody who accomplishes things and maybe somebody who doesn't, is somebody's boldness, and it's somebody being able to be uncomfortable and maybe accepting. There's tons of people out there who accept positions and who work in jobs that maybe they weren't all qualified for. Maybe, but who's to say what, if they're qualified or not, but they still took it. There's business owners who maybe didn't feel like they could run a business, but somehow made it work out, who somehow took that risk and things ended up working out for them because they were bold enough to do it. They were bold enough to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. And there's no way, like I could tell you guys like how to be comfortable with being uncomfortable, but there's really no other way to do it other than doing it. And I'm somebody who I like to do things that I'm scared to do, but I also like to go about it in a more like methodical, sort of patient way, which is a way that I actually recommend to a lot of people. You don't necessarily want to jump into things too quickly or jump into dangerous things that might hurt you. I would actually put some thought into the uncomfortable things that I have to do or that I want to do. Because some things maybe you just shouldn't do, but maybe you should, and maybe that's your story to write. Maybe that's your thing, is to do that uncomfortable things that other people aren't willing to do, because somebody's got to do it. Why not be you? Why not be the person who takes that risk or does that thing that's not comfortable to somebody else, but it's the thing that's going to propel you towards greatness, towards legacy, towards accomplishment, and towards having the life that you've always wanted to live. And to live the life that you want to live, and that's really what we're here for, right? And, especially when I touch on the topic of like public, being seen by people in public, being seen by people failing. Maybe you failed in front of a lot of people. Maybe you took a risk and failed in front of a lot of people. Maybe you got rejected by your crush in front of a bunch of people. But these things don't actually matter, you guys. And if anything, I think it's really cool to try. I think it's super uncool to not try and to not be seen. I think it's really cool and to be seen and to take risks and to do things that maybe you're not necessarily comfortable with, but that are going to help you be seen, and because you're going to help other people by doing that. I think trying and I think taking risks is super cool. And those people who try and don't care to be seen trying and don't care to be seen taking risks and doing things and maybe failing and winning in public, those people are the real people that are living life to the fullest, not the people that are watching. Like Britney Spears said, there's two kinds of people in the world: the ones that entertain and the ones who observe. And that's exactly the way that that is, I don't know if she came up with it first, but she definitely popularized it. There's two people. There's the ones that are watching, and then there's the ones that are doing. So which one are you going to be? What person are you going to decide to be? The person who is seen, or the person who watches and comments and has things to say behind a screen, or has things to say, from the sidelines while people are playing, while people are, footballers or whatever, are getting knocked down, but then there's the audience that's watching. So, would you rather be the person who observed, or the person who lived, and the person who, maybe got their heart broken, or maybe, something didn't turn out the way you did, but maybe it did turn out the way you did, turn out the way that you wanted it to. So yeah, I hope you guys take away from this video that, it's okay to be uncomfortable, and it's okay to be anxious, it's okay to be scared to do something. It's totally fine, it's totally normal. But it's what you do in those moments where you feel anxious and you feel scared to do something that you want to do. It's what you do in those moments that are going to define whether you regret the decisions you've made in life, or if you feel complete and if you feel whole in life. I'd much rather, and I know this, everyone says this, but I'd much rather live a life where I don't feel like I can regret anything because I've lived life to the fullest. I'd much rather live that sort of life than be thinking, man, what if I went up to this person, or what if I did say to this person? Because guess what? I've been that person too. But I think back and I'm like, I wish I, had befriended this person. I wish I reached out my hand to that person, even though I was scared to. I wish that I had talked more with this person. And it's really just like one or two experiences that I feel that way towards, because most of the time I'm very full forward. I'm very comfortable with taking risks and being comfortable with being uncomfortable, and especially when it comes to talking to other people and those sorts of things. I feel very comfortable with that, and I feel comfortable with being seen and being making friends and extending out my hand to people, because I know that it doesn't necessarily mean anything, and at the end of the day, I'm the only one that's going to be living with the regret, or with the what I don't want, you guys, is I don't want to be that person that was too scared to do something, was too scared to go up to that person that I found attractive, to befriend somebody, or even just compliment somebody that I find attractive, or go after something that I think is attractive, like a job or an opportunity or a person, I don't want to regret anything. I don't want to live a life in a way that I think that's the most cowardly thing somebody can do. The most cowardly thing I think someone can do is not go after the things that they want, to not chase relentlessly and not live their life every single day in honor of the dreams and the aspirations and the vision that you have for your life. When this life is one of our own design, I have no sympathy for people who don't live life that sort of way. I just don't. Because how do you not feel that urge every single day to make life what you want it to be? How do you live life every single day without realizing that you can do whatever you want and that nothing really matters? That feeling eats at me every single day. And every single day I'm like, I have to live the fullest life. I have to live the fullest life. I have to fill my day with things that I want in my day. I have to live my life in a way that I want to live it. That's just the way that I feel about my life, and that's the way that everybody should feel. And all my friends I know feel like this. I've created a circle of people that have aligned with the way that I live my life. That's why I'm attracted to people who authentically and fully live their lives, because I find that so attractive. And when I see that in people, I chase it, and I'm attracted to it. I'm attracted to it because it aligns with me. I feel that hunger and that sort of need to create what it is I want to see in this world, because that's what I'm here for. Every day counts so much. In our days, we only get so many hours, and it's like, I want to accomplish this, and this, and this. I remember when I was in school full-time, I was taking 18 credits. Right now, I'm taking less credits for this reason, but I had school. I think it was like 5 or 6 classes, which is like 18 credits, which is crazy for university level classes. And then I also was during the night working as a bartender. So I would literally finish my day at school and then go straight to bartending. And then it would be like midnight by the time I would leave. It would be even after midnight sometimes. And I would be like, where did my day go? But it's like, luckily I did accomplish this, and this, and this, and I am working towards my degree, and I am, I've accomplished this, and this, and I've made this certain amount of money today. And so I was able to quantify every single day, but the days just slipped. And it was like, I just felt like, man, I really wish I could focus more on myself, and that was affecting my mental health quite negatively. But you know what also affected my mental health negatively was when I did nothing. Those days where I was on vacation, those were the most ridiculous days where I just was the biggest waste of time, because I don't remember those days whatsoever. I don't even remember the days where I was working for somebody else all day, or where I was going to school all day. Although I appreciate those times, because when I was going to school, it's like you're learning a lot of things and you're taking in that information, and then it's little muscle memory that you're building and contributing to your life and in the future. So that's why I'm a big advocate for investing in education, which it's great, but the biggest investment, or the best investment, is in yourself as well. It's investing in yourself, and education is a great way to grow your mind and learn things and build that muscle memory of having knowledge and information. But I just feel so strongly that urge and that hunger to be fully myself and fully live the life that I want to live. And I really encourage everybody out there to do that. And at this point, I forgot what the even title of this video was. How to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys could take whatever information you can from this video, and I just hope that you really put it into your life and bring it into action, and take these messages and really try to implement them in your life. And I hope that you're really taking them in and are just become just look at me and see somebody who's comfortable with being uncomfortable. And the next time you feel those feelings of anxiety and that fear of what could happen, I would go ahead and take that calculated risk. You know, I would go ahead and think, you know, this life is short and our days matter so much because we're only getting older. Every single day we're getting older and older and older. So it's really up to us to live the life and build the life that we want to see for the days to come. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe and share the video if you'd like with anybody else who you think might benefit from these messages. And yeah, make sure to check out my website too, by the way. And I guess I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.